on the rugged, hostile planet of Zerode 5, where the air is thick with tension and danger lurks at every corner, Captain Marcus Hale finds himself in a fight for survival unlike anything he's ever faced. His pulse rifle, usually a symbol of deadly precision, now feels like a futile tool against the terrifying Zalarian, a race of creatures so lethal, they can end a life with a single bite. But when one of them targets Marcus, the impossible happens. The Zalarian female bites him, expecting his death. What she doesn't know is that humans are no ordinary prey. The myth of their weakness completely shattered. Captain Marcus Hale wiped sweat from his forehead as he surveyed the alien terrain. The jagged cliffs of Mount Varick etched their silhouette against the dusky skies of Zerode 5, the twin peaks standing as silent sentinels over the desolate land. His reinforced battle armor, forged from the toughest alloys in the United Earth Defense Force, UEDF, weighed heavily on him, yet it was nothing compared to the suffocating atmosphere that surrounded him. Despite the advanced cooling systems in place, the heat was overwhelming. "Perimeter clear, sir," Lieutenant Zoe Donovan's voice came through his earpiece, sharp and crisp. "Good. Stay alert." "We're not alone here," Hale replied, his voice steady but laced with caution. His team was on reconnaissance sent to investigate the spread of the Zalarians, a species known for their brutal expansion across the galaxy. The stakes couldn't be higher. If the rumors were true, the Zalarians were setting up an outpost that could destabilize 3 key human colonies. As the team moved through the dense purple vegetation, the quiet was broken by Sergeant Derek Camel's voice, his tone sharp. "Movement, northeast quadrant. Single life form, fast moving." Marcus nodded, adjusting his grip on his weapon. "Hold position. Let's see what we're dealing with." The underbrush parted like a living thing, and from the shadows emerged the Zalarian. She was tall and ferocious, her golden skin gleaming under the scorching twin suns, her silver hair billowing like a storm as she stalked toward them. Her eyes, a brilliant yellow, locked onto Marcus with predatory intensity. "Stay where you are," Hale commanded, raising his pulse rifle but not firing. There would be no need for unnecessary conflict if they could avoid it. The Zalarian hissed at him, her sharp claws scraping against the metal armor, a sign of her hostility. In the blink of an eye, she lunged, faster than any human could comprehend. Marcus barely registered the impact before he was sent staggering backward. Despite his enhanced reflexes and the stabilizers in his suit, the Zalarian's strength was overwhelming. She had him pinned. "You will die here," she growled, her fangs glistening like daggers. His hands struggled against her unyielding grip, trying to keep her deadly claws away from the vulnerable seals of his armor. He knew her venom would kill him if it touched his skin. Yet, as her fangs sank into his neck, something strange happened. No numbness. No paralysis. Just a sharp pain followed by a curious, almost electric sensation. The Zalarian jerked back, her yellow eyes wide with disbelief. "You should be dead." Marcus touched his neck, the blood from the wound dripping slowly. His skin was still intact, his limbs responsive. No venom. "Well, that's a surprise," he said, almost amused, though his heart raced. The Zalarian's confusion was palpable. She studied him like a puzzle that refused to be solved. "You," she muttered, looking him up and down, circling him like a predator to prey. "You are different." Marcus kept his weapon trained on her, but there was no immediate threat now. Her aggression had shifted, replaced by an unnerving curiosity. "I'm Captain Marcus Hale, UEDF, he introduced himself, lowering his weapon slightly. "And I'm not here to fight." The Zalarian's stance relaxed a fraction. "I am Naira, first hunter of the Zalarian vanguard. This land is sacred to my people. Why do you defile it?" "We're conducting a standard reconnaissance mission," Hale replied. "If you have concerns about this area, we can talk about it." Suddenly, she lunged again, this time for his neck. But as her fangs bit down, they only scraped against his skin. The venom that should have paralyzed him and killed him within minutes didn't even cause a twitch. "You should be dead," Naira hissed, her voice tinged with fear for the first time. Marcus wiped the blood from his neck and grinned. "Guess I'm not like the others." The two of them stood there, a tense silence stretching between them. Naira studied Marcus like a scientist observing a new species, her mind whirling with questions. "You're not like them. You're not like any human," Naira said, her voice softer now. "Your blood should have turned to fire in your veins. Your body should be seizing." "I guess I'm just full of surprises," Marcus replied, his smirk tinged with surprise of his own. The Zalarian took a step back, her gaze shifting as if seeing him in a new light. "I must know why." "Your survival. This has never happened before." Marcus stood his ground. "Maybe humans aren't as weak as you thought." Naira's golden eyes gleamed with a mix of intrigue and something deeper, something that Marcus could not place. "If you survive my bite," Naira whispered, "perhaps there's more to you than just your immunity." Marcus couldn't deny the strange pull he felt toward her, an attraction that had nothing to do with physical survival, and everything to do with the unique bond that was forming between them. "I'm not just a soldier," he said softly, as the tension between them escalated. "I'm a chance for peace." The two of them, alien and human, were bound on a journey that would defy every expectation. Together, they would venture deep into the heart of Zalarian territory, where Marcus would face challenges unlike any soldier before him. But the true test would be their ability to bridge the divide between their species, despite the danger and the rising tension. As the journey progressed, Marcus found himself drawn deeper into Naira's world, a world where biology, culture, and survival intertwined. Naira, too, found herself rethinking everything she had ever known about humanity. Their bond, both biological and emotional, grew stronger. And as they approached the Citadel, where the Zalarian High Council would test the limits of Marcus's immunity, the stakes couldn't be higher. But as Naira's ascension intensified, so did the complications. Their physical connection became impossible to ignore. The line between enemy and ally, between predator and partner, blurred with every step. In the face of potential war and peace alike, Marcus and Naira realized they were not just fighting for survival. They were fighting for a future neither of them had ever imagined. As they stood at the crossroads of history, with the future of two species hanging in the balance, Marcus Hale realized that the bite that should have killed him was the key to something far greater than either of them could have predicted. It was the beginning of a new era, one built on the impossible, the union of human and Zalarian. By focusing on the themes of survival, trust, and unexpected alliances, this retelling maintains the core of the original content while introducing new elements to make the narrative unique. The interactions between Marcus and Naira evolve into something more complex than just a soldier's mission, turning their journey into a profound exploration of identity and unity.